In response to COVID-19, the voluntary, community and faith sector in Sefton has stepped forward to support some of our most vulnerable residents. In this video, we're going to show you some of the fantastic projects that have been working in the borough and how they have supported some of our most vulnerable communities. This video will just show you some of the activities that have been undertaken through the eyes of local community groups.
Everyone's been affected by lockdown in so many different ways, personally and on a business level as well. For us, when it kind of was announced, it was time to kind of take stock of everything that we do and focus on what we could do to help people, and also what was safe for us to do and safe for the people that we support, and recognising how this is going to impact them as well.
It's changed our whole way of working. We basically deal very much in face-to-face contact, and obviously that's had to stop. At the beginning we had to think of ways in that we could still support families but try and think about what they need as well. But we're still offering telephone support, which we've been doing intensely.
The majority of our programmes of support are all now being delivered via phone and video calling, using different platforms, using social media platforms. So we'll use that to not only share information that's going on in the community for people to access, but also wellbeing calls from us. On the other side of things, we looked at, we've got this building, but there must be something we can do here in this space that will help people outside. So what we decided is we would begin to run a food parcel and essential items delivery service. We recruited some volunteers through Sefton CVS, through the volunteering platform, who have been amazing.
The volunteers will get assigned a person which will give them a shopping list that we've already ascertained from the client. They'll then go to the shop. They will then take them to the person, they leave it on the doorstep, and then stand back, preferably at the end of the drive, so that then the person opens the door, we ensure that they've got the shopping, and then the client can then send the money at a later date.
I'd just like to say a few words about the effect the COVID pandemic has had on our organisation since March. To say it's been a challenge is a bit of an understatement. We've had to alter the way we do everything. Lots of the activities that we do are older people's work, our debt advice, our community work, our self-help groups, Friday night children's activities have all had to stop for a certain amount of time, and we're trying to get them back up and started as best we can, because we realise that there's a real need for them, especially now. People are isolated and lonely. During the pandemic, one of the things we did do was a lot of deliveries, I think nearly 300 deliveries. And within that, we did a follow-up telephone call for every delivery to make sure that people were either registered at the NHS, with the council, or we worked closely with Sefton CVS. We've made contact with a lot of people that we wouldn't have done before, especially a lot of older people who were quite isolated, and we've kept that contact going. We've tried to keep that contact going. Also during the summer, I think we gave out over 1,700 packed lunches during the 5 weeks of the summer holidays. It seems to me that every week the situation is changing, and I think that will continue into the spring. So we've got to be adaptable and change with it to make sure that we can serve the people as best we can.
The Brunswick Youth and Community Centre have reached a milestone in supporting our local community through this coronavirus epidemic. Today, we have supplied our community with over 8,050 packed lunches, supported them with over 9.5 tonne of surplus food, provided our families with just over £3,500 worth of school uniform vouchers, with an additional £996 worth of vouchers to see them through that period. And on top of this, we have provided just over 680 hot meals This has been a really, really difficult time for us and our community. And if it wasn't for the support of our local sponsors, we would not be in the situation that we are in now. Difficult times are ahead of us. We know to mitigate and support our families, we're going to have to step up in the mark. And to do that, we're going to provide hampers for weekends to support people through that period and additional food vouchers. Also, we're very concerned about our young people and the young people that we support in the community in terms of their health and well-being. So we're proactively looking at programs now to engage young people throughout that period.
Lockdown has been great for my long distance friendships and communications.
Education, just being in school, you shouldn't take it for granted, because not being there isn't the best type of thing, do you know what I mean?
I've appreciated the close people around me.
I've appreciated taking time away from everyday life to appreciate and reflect on ideas that have been put on hold for quite a while.
I think that's nice that people have started donating to food banks more and helping each other out in smaller ways.
It's been really great seeing how our communities come together through all of this. On VE Day, my road was just full of bunting and people were sat outside in their front gardens.
So for me personally, I find that people want to stop and talk more and actually have time to talk more is one of the most positive things I've noticed.
Hi, my name is Robert Brennan. I'm a community development worker with the equalities team at Sefton CVS. I work in the Bain communities across Sefton, and this year has been extremely challenging for everyone. And we've been working closely with the CCTs to ensure that information on COVID-19 was sent to all Bain patients in the language of their choice and also in other formats. So what we found is that information around COVID was being sent out in plain English. And it's wrong to assume that everyone can actually understand the terminology. We work with asylum seekers and refugees, and it's been an extremely humbling experience to work with these individuals, and we are making a difference. So far this year, we've helped recover over £40,000 in DWP arrears. I've mentioned we've worked with the CCG over getting information out in COVID-19. We've also worked with the GP practices supporting 127 asylum seekers in Southport, hotel in Southport, particularly around their rights, enabling them to get interpretation and translation for them to register at GP practices.
Hi, my name is Igor Pushkarskis. I'm working for Migrant Worker Sefton Community Charity. COVID-19 have affected all of us, including our clients, 80% of whom are on 0-hour contracts. A lot of them have lost their jobs and haven't been paid for weeks. Because of that, they have to apply for universal credit. Application for universal credit can only be done online, and it's available only in English language. The problem is that majority of our clients speak little or no English, and some of them do not know how to operate computer. That's where we come in. We are still helping people, we're just doing it from home. Our experience shows that it takes minimum 6 weeks before you get first universal credit payment, so in the meantime we're helping people by giving them food vouchers, by referring them to local food banks, and by distributing food parcels that was kindly provided by our Aldi supermarket.
Hi, my name is Michael Goodwin and I am a member of Sean's Place. I'm not saying I'm thankfully a member, because if it wasn't for them or similar organisations like them, then my suicide attempts, which I've passed off, I've attempted suicide 4 times in my life. I would have probably made another attempt in the past couple of months because of how low my mental health was getting. But because of Sean's Place, it has totally turned my life around. It's made me feel a lot more positive about myself. It's given me new friends, new hobbies, new skills. It's brought a smile back to my life that I needed. And without Sean's Place, that wouldn't be possible.
We at Moms have continued to support our clients throughout the COVID-19 pandemic and the ensuing restrictions that have been placed on the country as a whole. We have done this by maintaining weekly phone contact with our clients, and we have supported them with universal credit claims, housing referrals, food bank vouchers, travel passes, arranging food parcels and medical supplies to our most vulnerable clients. We have also maintained communication with all our strategic partners and services, and on a few occasions we have had to meet face-to-face due to the level of need exceeding a phone call.
Who you gonna call?
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is over.
Hi all, it's Roz from St Paul's Church Churches Together, organiser of the now postponed Valley Fest Music Festival for 2020.
I thought love was only true in fairy tales, meant for someone else, but not for me.
Here we go. The flow, the crow, the no, the row, the bro, the so, the grow, the low, the bow, the yo, the bow, the go.
And we've been running workshops 5 nights a week for our young people. Music, dance, drama, musical theatre, tech, and 1 night a week we have a quiz.
In addition to providing support to local groups and organisations, Sefton CVS mobilised our own staff and volunteers in response to the pandemic. Following a call for volunteers in March 2020, Sefton CVS received over 1,000 new registrations from local residents looking to help out in their community. Working with partners in Sefton Council's contact centre, Sefton CVS provided ongoing support and signposting services to both shielded and non-shielded residents across the borough. Working collaboratively with our partners at Healthwatch Sefton, Sefton CVS introduced a prescription collection service for those residents unable to leave their homes, as well as working with partners from Living Well Sefton, including Brighter Living Partnership, Netherton Feel Good Factory, the May Logan Centre and Sefton Carers Centre to introduce a number of shopping initiatives across the borough. Sefton CVS continued to provide capacity building support to local groups and organisations during the pandemic. This included directly supporting over 70 local groups to access over £1.2 million in emergency funding. Sefton CVS would like to thank all our voluntary community and faith sector groups who participated in this video and extend a massive thank you for continuing your valuable support to help our communities during this difficult time.